My name is Elliot Alexander, and today I'll be discussing diabetes. So when many people think of diabetes, they think of type 2, which is usually caused by an unhealthy lifestyle. But I will be talking about type 1 today. So many people do not know about type 1 diabetes, what it is, what causes it, and how to treat it. So what is type 1 diabetes? Type 1 diabetes is when the body is unable to make insulin, and without it, cells cannot take in sugar from the bloodstream. Type 1 diabetes often develops in children and teens, but can develop at any age. And 5 to 10% of people with diabetes are type 1. And that statistic is from the CDC. So what causes type 1 diabetes? Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease, but the exact cause is unknown. There is a familial tie, so type 1 diabetes does run in families, but there is no specific gene that causes it. And some environmental factor is what triggers the immune system to kill the beta cells. And beta cells are what make insulin in the pancreas. So it's thought a virus is the trigger for the immune system to kill the beta cells, but it is unknown what virus it is or how it affects the pancreas. It's just a guess because they really don't know anything that causes diabetes other than the fact that it is an autoimmune disorder. So then how is type 1 diabetes managed? So blood sugar levels need to be kept within a healthy range of 80 to 180, and this is a healthy range for diabetics. And this is from Mayo Clinic. Synthetic insulin needs to be taken to allow sugar to enter the cells, and carbohydrates need to be counted for each meal so that the proper amount of synthetic insulin can be administered. And this is from Cleveland Clinic. Okay, so there are many biomedical innovations that have been made to help people who have diabetes. Used to when, in the olden days, whenever someone was diabetic, it was called like the wilting disease. And basically, you would just be told not to eat and to drink a lot of water, and you may live an extra year or so. But basically, you would just wilt away and die because no sugar could be taken into your cells. So anything you ate would just come right back out and you weren't getting any of the nutrients from it. And the more they learned about diabetes, they learned that you could go on a high-protein diet and eat less carbs and you could live longer. But they eventually figured out that you could make synthetic insulin and develop that so that people could take synthetic insulin to help manage the disease. So diabetes runs in my family. My grandfather was diabetic, and my younger brother, who is 14, is diabetic, and he has been diabetic since he was 4. So there's a lot of things that have changed even since my grandfather was diagnosed. Originally, when he was diagnosed, all they could do is he could urinate on a stick to see if he had sugar in his diet or in his urine or not. And if he did, that meant that his blood sugar was high and that he needed to take more insulin. But the only type of insulin they had then was long-acting, and you would take a shot once a day and eat right then, and that's all you would eat, basically. So you still just wouldn't eat. But then later on, blood glucose meters were invented. So these you would just stick a stick in, and it'll turn on. But you will prick your finger, and it can read what your blood sugar is. So then people were able to take insulin whenever they ate and see what their blood sugar level actually was. So now there is short-acting insulin and long-acting. So you would take like long-acting insulin in the morning, and then that would work throughout the day to help maintain your blood sugar level. And then you would take a short-acting right before you eat. So when my brother was diagnosed when he was 4, all they had was blood sugar readers. Or blood glucose readers, like what I just showed you. But now we have things such as a Dexcom, which this is the size that it is, and these will be put on you, and then it will read your blood sugar every 5 minutes and give you notifications on what it is. So you can also set alarms and stuff to know if you're going low or high, and all of those things. So this checks your blood sugar and allows you to know what your actual blood sugar is so that you can treat the disease better. And then also insulin pumps, which the first insulin pump was a giant backpack about the size of an adult man's torso. But now we have an Omnipod, which is about can fit in your palm, and these store insulin, and they can even talk to the Dexcom so that it can work similarly to what your body normally would. So the Dexcom can say if your blood sugar is high, and the pump will just correct on its own. So there's now with diabetes, you can live basically a normal life with diabetes versus what it used to be. So I feel that more people need to be educated on diabetes and how to treat it. That way, people can live healthier, better lives. Thank you.